I want to say good evening to everybody. I want to thank everybody that's here for being here tonight and coming. At this time, we're going to ask that Ruben Castellano do the invocation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If you would, those that would like to join me, please. Heavenly Father, I ask that you pour your grace unto us so that we can do your will. Give us grace so we can respect one another. Bless this county, specifically the school system. Also, pour your wisdom unto all the board members and the staff so we can lead our school system into a sound basic education for all students. And protect us from those that want to do harm unto us. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Madam Chair, if I can, if anybody would like to also pray, by all means do so. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ruben. I want to say good evening once again. I want to start out with my report by saying that I wanted to thank the people that are important on this week, our VIPs. Those are our teachers. I want to say thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being Polk County School teachers. I know it's not easy. I know it had been easy, coming to school every day to do your job. And you have 20, 25 students in your room. You have 20, 25 different personalities, but you come every day. And I just want to thank you all teachers for sticking it out with the staff, the administration, and most of all, sticking it out with our students. And again, I know that it had been easy, having to come in and teach our students. Some of them want to be good kids and some of them not so good, but y'all have been sticking it out. And we pray that you'll continue to stick it out, continue to give Polk County an opportunity to be a part of your career. Again, I want to thank you all for sticking it out with our students. I can't say it enough. We had to say it in church. I had 10,000 tongues. I still couldn't thank you enough for sticking it out with Polk County schools. So if there's anything that you need from this board, we have an open door policy. Just feel free to contact us. I get emails all the time, we get emails all the time. We get text messages. We get all kinds of ways that people want to reach out and just tell us about things that are going on, things that they're not pleased with, how their children being treated. So, and how staff is treating one another. So whatever you have, if you don't wanna, confront us face to face, it's okay. Because whenever we get the message that something is going on, something that you're not pleased with, we hit up our superintendent and she gets on it. So don't feel like nobody is not here for you. We are here for you. And so again, I want to thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you, all the teachers. I want to thank you. I can't thank you enough. But please continue to stick it out with Polk County schools. At this time, I'm going to ask all my board members to come forward. Today, we want to honor a young lady that's been sticking it out with Polk County schools for 19 years. And I've only known her for about 5-6 months, just coming in, sitting on the board. And from my understanding, she's been with Polk County schools for 19 years. And that's a great honor, again, to stick it out in one school system. And you don't find that on too many jobs where people just continue to come for more than 1 or 2 years. But I do want to thank this young lady for sticking it out with Hope County Schools. And I pray that whenever she moves a little bit farther into another career, that God will continue to bless her and watch over her and protect her on her next destination. So at this time, Hope County Schools presented to Ms. Juanette Chavis a grateful appreciation for 19 years of dedicated service to Hope County Schools, presented by Hope County School Board, May 9th, 2023. Let's give her a hand.
No, I don't think so. Or do I need to get in the middle or?
Come on. Save your spot.
So I can't cap that phrase of scooch.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, this concludes my report. Next on the agenda is, excuse me.
Point of order. May I say something about my name?
Sure.
Thank you. Just want to say, Renee has been here. I think I came on the board maybe a year or two, prior to her coming on. And she has taken this county, and developed a great fund balance. And I hope we can continue that. And she's going next door. She's going to Scotland County, where the cemetery whose really residence was here all those years. He's the chair over there, so he told me he was gonna take good care of Juanette. But Juanette, you will be missed. You know, you'll be greatly missed. You have done such a great job with our board here, and I'm gonna personally miss you. I'm gonna miss you on the trips, and just, you know, the smiling face and you calling you and asking you questions. Financial officer is a very important job in the school system. And so you can make or break the school system. You have made us work from nutrition, you know, to all of the departments, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the agenda with the exception of NAACP resolution.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I move to approve the agenda except for the NAACP resolution.
It's a motion on the floor. May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The next on the agenda is spotlight on success. I'm going to turn this over to our interim superintendent, Dr. Rachel.
Good evening. We have several things that we do want to celebrating our staff and our students. And this time, I want to first celebrate San Hope Battle of the Books. That team won second place in the state for the North Carolina Battle of the Books competition. So at this time, we are asking Dr. Rich, the assistant principal, and then the coaches to come up to introduce their players.
Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair. And your Vice Chair, our superintendent, and her assistant superintendents, and all other board members.
Thank you for giving us the honor to be here tonight. And thank you for this opportunity to represent such an awesome group of students. They have worked tirelessly. This team is not just a team, but they're a family. They've been together for a number of years. I'm going to introduce their coach. You're gonna have to go here. Dr. Stephanie McGirt. She's been working with these young people. Every evening when they are preparing, they are serious. I walk by there and let me tell you, this is the funny part. They study and they eat. Yes, and I enjoy it. I said, where are these pizzas coming from? But I am Dr. Rich, forgot to say that. I'm representing our principal today, who is very sad she couldn't be here. But she wanted to say this about the Battle of the Book students. She said that the state Battle of the Book team recognized them as the most diverse team representing the state. A lot of the teams, had homogeneous groups, but our group was extremely diverse and they were impressed by that. I think that says a lot about Hope County. I also want to say, we're striving for the portrait of the graduate. And let me tell you, the competencies can be seen in these young people. They have adapted. I won't go on and spill, I won't show off, I'll go ahead and let I speak.
Well, I can't say much because they know I'll cry. 7 of them are seniors, so it's sad. We wanted to win first. It came down to a tiebreaker and we lost by 1 question. So it was. That's right. Second in the state, not too shabby, second in the state. So you just want me to introduce them because we need 5 Okay. So first up, one of my freshmen, we have Miss Allie Bounds. Come on, step forward, Allie, step forward. And then another freshman listed, Aubrey Turner. Oh, you want me to do them in alphabetical order? Okay, never mind, I'll do them in alphabetical order. All right. Anselmo Siriaco Sanchez. My only sophomore. When I say your name, step forward, make it easier. San Flores, one of my seniors now. Jonathan Flores Morales, another senior. Caitlin Parker, senior. Kennedy Parker, senior. Destiny Rampy, senior. Jacob Roth, our junior. Rain Sand. John Squire. A senior that I've been with since 6th grade. Aubrey Turner, now. I would also like to reiterate what Dr. Rich was talking about. When we lost that day, each official that was there made their way to me to tell me that when we walked in, just the beauty of our diversity. Stop!
Keep going, make them cry.
I'm done. They're a beautiful group of kids.
Come on, take a picture. Take a picture.
One, two, three. Thank you.
Second in the state. At this time, we will have recognition of Sandhope Science Olympiad team members who came in 3rd place in the North Carolina Science Olympiad. So come on down again, Assistant Principal, Dr. Rich.
So, the Science Olympiad, we're very proud of them because this team that went to the state, they are freshmen.
Oh.
Both of them. Oh, wow, we have something to look forward to, right? Amen. Their collaboration, well, I'm gonna let the coach tell that, sorry. See, that's one of those competencies of a graduate. Well, that's some serious information. Come on up. We're proud of them. What Mrs. Pegler said about them is that they took on the challenge. They could have easily come to school and gone back home every day, but they were willing to go the extra mile, put in the practice, build their skills, get out of their comfort zone, and be a part of the school. And that says a lot. And we're very proud of you both. They stayed after late, and again, they worked and they ate. This is Ms. Jimenez, and she's gonna come and introduce her champions.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very proud of my Science Olympiad team. So from the regional competition in Fayetteville, all my members garnered medals. So everyone was able to get hold of all the medals in every competition. And we also won the Spirit Award for our school. So from the 10 medals that we have, so 2 of them went into the state competitions in the bottle rocket. And I'm very, very proud of them. And we're hopeful that next year, we might get all the team to the state competition. Okay, so I wanna introduce my freshmen. So I have Miranda Sanchez.
Alright.
And I have Gabriel Morgan.
And the week of the competition, they shot their rocket up in the tree. We got real afraid that we weren't gonna get down.
Did you get it back? Oh.
One, two, three.
Thank you.
At this time, we will recognize Polk County High School, and they were in the North Carolina Skills USA Drone Competition. They had a first place winner for the state as well as a fourth place winner. We're asking Mr. Malabunga to come and introduce his team.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mario Malabunga. I'm teacher at Polk County High School, and I'm also the coach for the drone team. And I'd like to present Andrew Scott and Chancellor Morton for winning the first place and the fourth place in the Skills USA drone competition. Out of 18 schools, our team got first and fourth place. And we will be representing North Carolina now because we are the state champion. We are representing North Carolina in the national level of drones competition in Atlanta, Georgia this June. Unfortunately, we were really working hard since the beginning of the semester, studying, flying drones, practicing their skills, and it was a 3-day competition in Greensboro for the state. And those 3 days, these 2 boys really showed what they got. And I'm proud to say that, again, for the last 3 years, Polk County is representing North Carolina in the national level. in the competition. And thank you very much for everybody, the superintendent, the board, the teachers, the staff, the parents, and everybody else that really support us throughout our journey. And without your support, we wouldn't be here. So congratulations, Andrew and Chance, and I hope we'll do well in the national level. Thank you so much.
We're getting close.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we'll have Sand Hope Early College to come up. And this is for the North Carolina History Day competition, in which we had someone to place second. So we're asking Dr. Rich to come up once again.
All honors due. We're gonna ask, this is a history buff, she is not new to the world of history, nor is she new to being a recipient of many awards and recognition in this area. No telling who she might be. This is Maggie Trail, but oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to introduce Mr. Brubaker to come in. Don't let me pour your cocktail. All right.
Maggie has done a great job doing her individual performances. She's used to being in front of stages and crowds, but not quite this big because not everybody comes out to the performance. But she has prepared very well each year. Last year, even making it to nationals, however, it was all online. So we didn't get to do the traveling. She got second place, which still means in the state competition that she gets to go to DC in person. And to the national competition, really the University of Maryland, right there, right outside of DC. So it's a great opportunity to learn about all the wonderful history that is there in our nation's capital. So I do congratulate her on making it thus far. We still got a little ways to go and we're gonna win. We made those changes to do what they did. So let's go forth and make that opportunity happen for us.
I would like to ask the parents to come down, and take a picture.
They go with her, whatever she says.
This certificate says Hope County School Certificate of Recognition. The certificate is proudly presented to Maggie Trapp, second place finish, North Carolina History Day competition. Congratulations to you.
One, two, three. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you for recognizing our students.
This is our spotlight on success. I pass it back to Madam Chair.
Thank you. Again, let's give all our students a hand clap for everything that they have done. Thank you. At this time, we're gonna have public comment. I'm gonna turn this over to our attorney.
We have 4 names of public comment tonight, and I believe everybody is aware the board's policy limits public comment to 3 minutes per person. As you also may be aware, board members will not respond to or address speakers' comments. Comments regarding particular individual employees, student directors, or other matters which are required to be kept confidential may not be discussed in this open forum setting. All comments are to be respectful and civil pursuant to ordinary rules of order and form. The first name that we have is Rolion.
Robin.
Oh, Robin, I'm sorry, okay, Robin Bush.
Hi, I've never been to a school board meeting. I've lived in Hood County for 4 years. When my husband retired from the military and took me to Michigan, I lasted 4 years and I said, please God, take me south of the Mason-Dixon line. It's too cold. When we came down here to look for a place, I looked at all of the surrounding counties. I specifically picked Hood County. I have a 27-year-old cognitively impaired adult daughter, and I wanted to find a program that fit what we wanted our daughter to be exposed to. I walked into Monarch, met Reverend Hurst, and knew immediately that that would be her home. Hood is a very diverse, culturally, ethnically community, and we kind of like that. I'm a Baltimore girl, grew up around John Hopkins in the hood, so it's pretty diverse. A couple things I wanted to say. I believe in snooping. I had the opportunity to observe your acting superintendent when she didn't know I was watching. And one of the things that tells me everything about a teacher is how students approach her. And when I see a group of students see her and their face lights up and they go to her, that tells me you guys are doing something really good. The second thing I'm gonna quote is there is a teacher, she was Teacher of the Year for the State of Israel. I'm a dual citizen. Her name is Chen Miller. And one of the things that she preaches in her classrooms to her children is you are good, you are kind, you are loved, school is safe. And I think that's the message that we really need to emphasize in this county. I know if I were judged by some of the roles that I assumed as a teenager, I'd probably be tarred, feathered, and run out of town. The most important thing we can do is to make sure our schools are a safe place and a safety net while our children try on different roles. And I think that everybody on this board would probably agree that that's a great premise to start. I see neighboring counties having issues. Moore County is missing 10% of their teachers right now. They're quitting in droves. Again, I want to thank the Hope teachers. I would not go back into teaching now for love nor money. You guys are amazing. You create miracles out of nothing. You show up every day for these students. And God knows you're dealing with snarky parents whose little Johnny never does anything wrong. Hats off to you for not losing your mind. I don't know that I've got the patience for it, so I'm so impressed. But I just want to make sure that our schools stay a safe place for our kids. And the premise should always be, we don't have bad kids. We have children that we need to love harder. Thank you.
The next person is John Harry.
John.
Couldn't get my leg going. Members of the Lake County Board of Education and those within my voice, I am John F. Harry, member of Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 10, Rayford, North Carolina. Since the mid-1940s, VFW has developed programs in recognition of teachers and students through scholarships and awards. Prior to my joining VFW Post 10 and during my membership, VF Post 10 proudly sponsored VFW programs of scholarship awards through Patriots Pit Pen, Voice of Democracy, and awarding of teachers through the Smart Merit VFW National Citizenship Education Teachers Award for elementary, middle, and high school teachers and their schools. That's a mouthful. And we take that with the honor that we know our students would not be today where myself and others are standing because of our teachers. Since the days that Oak County has progressed to the point where we're standing right now. We have marched since the 1990s to this day. And VFW Post 10, we would like to recognize those teachers because those teachers are the backbone of the education program, and they are heavily honored. 10 years ago, there was a teacher at one of our elementary schools that went to national. National is in Washington, D.C. That is the highest we've been, due to the fact that we have post level, we have district level, we have state level. State is North Carolina. Then we go to national. Competing national, you compete against every teacher that's involved in the Department of Education. It's broken down to one per state, one per territory, one per within the territory, and then we look at Europe, and we go from there. That's Teachers of the Year. Whole county's been there. We'd like to go back there again, and Post-Ed wants to send them there. So please help us do that. With the changing of the guard within Hope County public education system, veterans of foreign wars and VFW posts are, as in the past, extending our invitation to your participation in the various youth and education programs. In the past, Teachers of the Year and members of the Hope County education student body have excelled at this level. For a student to excel, it is a $35,000 scholarship. And the other tips to go with it is that the family gets an all expenses paid vacation, as I call it, for the awards ceremony in Washington, D.C. Along with the traditional wear that also is there at that time, and then we have Patriots Pen. Patriots Pen is the 6th, 7th, 8th grade program. Voice of Democracy, I look at it this way. Looking at myself, I was in Baylor High School. I was a forensic reader in high school. I didn't have this program to lean back on back in 1960 and 61. Today, the potentials are there for our students in drama, interpretive reading, and others are potential candidates for the VFW programs. Years ago, VFW Post-Ed had a vibrant interaction with the school district in support of these important programs. And we swear under honor that we will continue on with this program in support of our students and our teachers. The point of contact on those documents that you have, it'll list national headquarters in Kansas City, Missouri. I request that we keep it local. This past Monday, throughout the VFW system in the world, we elect new commanders, new officers. Monday the 8th, our new commander, Dan, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Norchek, N-O-R-C-H-E, has become commander. The point of contact for all this information until he identifies his chair people is through me. I've been with this program probably about 15 years at various levels, department, national, district. So my number is, if you put it down, 910-987-9821. It's a very busy phone number. My email is john.f.perry@gmail.mail. As again, any member of VFW Post-Ed can answer questions concerning these programs. I know on this board, we have 2 veterans, and I thank you for your service. I thank you, the boards, for what you've done in the past, what you're going to do in the future, and I am hoping and looking forward to the VFW Post-Ed, along with the American Legion, along with the Disabled American Veterans and the other military-related agencies, support the students and teachers of Hope County. Thank you.
The next person is Chris Holland.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. For those that don't know, my name is Chris Holland. I'm the chairman of the Hope County Republican Party. And tonight, what I'd like to present to the board is that the Hope County Republican Party is sponsoring a small business entrepreneur camp at the Sand Hill Hope campus from June 12th through the 15th, and the Pinehurst campus from June 19th through the 22nd, from 1 to 4 p.m. for both generations. The purpose of this camp will help participants build confidence and learn the joys of entrepreneurship. Campers will use their interests and passions to work on starting their businesses, and by the end of the camp, we'll have a roadmap to begin implementing a plan for entrepreneurship. This program is a pilot. This first time the first organization is doing this, and we focused on 11 to 14-year-olds right now to get the program started. That's where we have scholarship funding for. The idea is, as we progress over the years, we're going to expand this to include high school seniors as well. Talking about scholarships, there is a cost to participate. However, we anticipate access to scholarships and local fundraising to minimize the expense and provide these workshops for free to the community. As I spoke, the available scholarships right now are for ages 11 to 14, but eventually we're going to include the high schoolers as well. The camps will cover different topics about owning or starting a business. For example, business plans, marketing plans, funding resources, and understanding budgeting and how to become profitable. We will have local business owners and community leaders come to speak and interact with kids every day, give a real world experience on what it means to be a small business owner and entrepreneur. And I would ask that the school board provide this information to the junior high principals, let them know, and then provide us, either let us contact them, give us permission to contact them, or have them contact the Hope County Republican Party, and I'll give you all my phone number afterwards. But so that we can get this disseminated as wide as we can. We're looking at 10 to 15 students this first generation. So we're looking to launch this and bring this capability and this resource to the county. And then I'd like to take my last few minutes to say thank you to this school board. All right, these new members have brought a lot of transparency to the board, have brought a lot of dedication, a lot of energy, and I just want to say thank you. I know that I campaigned against several of y'all, no hard feelings, but I really appreciate what you guys have done, what y'all are bringing to the board, and I've seen the board grow. I've seen the board be more proactive in reaching out to community. And on behalf of myself and the Republican Party, we see great things, and we can always see success for our students. And we thank you for the caring and the energy that you're bringing to leading our next generation into the future. All right, thank you.
And the final person signed up tonight is Ella McNeil.
Good afternoon, Madam Chairman and members of the board. It's a pleasure to be able to greet you. I want to let you know I represent the White Oak School Community Project Incorporated. I have two former White Oak School students with me tonight, Elder J.T. Lee and also John Clark, who's one of your school bus drivers, but they both attended White Oak School. Many of you may not know about White Oak School, but it was the first school, rural school in Hope County. At its very first meeting in 1911, members of the community showed up at the board meeting and asked that some funding be provided for the little rural school that was out by Highway 401, which was 59A back then, 15A, I'm sorry. And, but Cumberland County, it was a part of Cumberland County. The school was located in an old Mason Hall, and later, about 1925, it was relocated right in front of Mount Pisgah Church. In the early years, the members of the community asked the school board, tax us. Our children need an education. You tax us. It went before the school board and the Board of County Commissioners. And if we fast forward to now, we're trying to revive interest in a scholarship to make sure that that school is never forgotten because it's a part of history, Hope County's history. We became a 501c3 in 1991. I got real busy on the job, couldn't stay with it for a while, so we revived it in 2013. And 2013, we formed a partnership with the superintendent of schools, Dr. Williams, and the school board helped us print this publication that earned over $6,000. Not one penny of that money has ever been spent. It's been added to it. In addition to that, all these years that have gone by, we have continued to add money through yard sales, whatever we could do to legally make some money to go in there to try to endow that scholarship in the name of White Oak School. People who know me know it's a passion with me. We need to remember the good about Hope County. the good about every community. So if we, White Oak was ended in 1959-60 school year when Starlock School opened. Several schools, few schools as they were called, Laurel Hill, White Oak, Friendship, those schools along with 2 or 3 others merged into Starlock. And Rockfish Colored was the last one-room schoolhouse with grades 1 through 7. All 8th graders attended Upchurch. Now, I hope this brief history lets you know a little bit about White Oak and why I think it's important that this goes forward and we have a scholarship. And we're trying to raise money. You will get a handout, or you may have it already, that shows information. There's also another sheet that gives information. And you may call me day or night. I'm never too tired to talk about White Oak. And I'm also grateful to the past superintendent, Dr. Williamson, when he formed a partnership with me. And what I say me, but I mean our whole group. We're 501c3 nonprofit. Any dime you give us will be accounted for properly, and the records kept. Anybody that audit them want to, it's all right with me. You just have to come out. I'm in my house. And is my time up?
According to the thing.
Okay, well, I'll stop. This book has given over $3,000 to the White Oak School project. I seek your help in keeping this going. And thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you.
I didn't bring it up to everybody, but I got some. But thank you. You're trying to get
At this time, I want to thank everyone that came up for our public speaking. We have the following items on our consent agenda, which I will need a motion to approve. Approval of the minutes for April 4th and April 25, 2023. Field trips, policy 3225, technology responsible use. Vendor printing contract, EOY supplemental / retention bonus. State budget amendments had number 6 and 7. And local budget amendment number 1. Can I get a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Have a motion on the floor, can I get a second?
Second.
Have a motion on the floor to approve the consent agenda. Do we have any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Next on the agenda is the administration information items. And we have the Rising Stars. That's who's present on this evening.
Good evening. So we've come to you today to talk about Rising Stars, an opportunity that our students who are pre-kindergarten age have over the summer prior to coming to kindergarten. We're excited to talk with you about this, to tell you about this opportunity that our students have, and then to talk about what we'd like to see happen in the future with Rising Stars. So I am going to, at this time, turn it over to Ms. Pat Lyons, who's going to introduce the stars of Rising Stars.
Well, thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, Superintendent, members of the board. It is indeed our pleasure to be here tonight to talk to you about something that we are very passionate about, and that's the Rising Stars program. I am Dr. Lyons, and I am the Executive Director of the Citizens for Early Childhood Education Group. And we have some members here with us, our sponsors, Ann, you wanna stand up, Ann and Fletcher, right? And I see Bruce Hurst and Wanda Cohen. We had another board member that was here that had to leave, she had dental surgery today, and she tried to stick it out. But that pain medication was wearing off, so she left. But again, it is our pleasure to be here tonight to talk about Rising Stars. The next slide, please. Our mission is to provide the opportunity to young children to develop their God-given talents and abilities in order to fully achieve their potential by preparing them from birth to 5 years old. And we have kind of upgraded our mission statement. You'll see it on our next presentation. We're evolving. And to provide benefits of pre-K and assisting pre-K providers and offering services to all children. So you can see we have expanded to kindergarten. Amanda is going to talk to us about our program. This will be our 3rd year. Amanda Briggs, she is our program supervisor, and she is going to kind of tell you about what we've been doing in the past and again, what we hope to do in the future.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to tell you about our program. So our program started in the 2021 school year. We started off at Scarlett Elementary and we had 2 classrooms. The next year we expanded to Upchurch, and we're very excited that this summer we will be having 4 schools at 2 of our campuses. Scarlett and McLaughlin will be with Upchurch, and West Hope will also have a campus this year. So our student selection is we work with each school as they register their kindergarten students. Each kindergarten student is screened. We use that screener to determine our students that need the most intervention, earliest intervention in the program. We look at different things like letter recognition, name writing, and things like that in order to decide who would benefit most from this program. So some details, this summer, our camp will be from July 12th until August 3rd. We do provide breakfast and lunch, and all of our teachers are given high quality educational resources. They get bins of resources that they just absolutely are so excited about every summer. We cover many different things: phonics, reading, math, science. We also cover social emotional skills and our procedures as well. We also have a parent orientation that is very similar to an open house. Parents get to come in and learn about the program. We discuss what we will be covering, what their child's day will look like. We get to meet the teachers and they get to explore the campus and the classroom. This helps to ease the nerve of some of the parents as they may be sending their children off for the first time. Some other things are they practice lunchroom procedures. So going through the lunch line, speaking with the lunch people, looking in the eyes and using their manners. This is very exciting for them, sitting with their peers and being able to socialize during lunch. They practice walking in line in the hallways, raising their hand, waiting their turn. These are all very important skills that our kindergarten students need to learn before school starts. Some other things are the social emotional learning. Many administrators can tell you if they're elementary that when kindergartners leave their parents that first day, it can be very emotional for both the children and the adults. So we are teaching them that they are in a safe place when they are on campus, and it allows them a chance to ease some of that separation anxiety. We have the opportunity to make friends. Some of these students have never been in any kind of school setting, not even daycare. So this is a great first time to get them used to that before the regular school year starts. And we also jump straight into curriculum. We don't waste any time. We start with teaching letter names, writing their names, letter sounds, number recognition, counting. We even have sight words, making sure we're holding our pencils correctly. We also jump right into our Reading Horizon curriculum, which is teaching our phonetic skills.
So I think with any great program, we have to measure how successful we've been. And so that's a real key component of the Rising Star program is to look at how successful are our students growing. There's a lot of work that goes into creating and developing this program, and we want to make sure that our students who are coming are getting something out of it. So in order for us to do that, we're looking at a couple of different measures. One is we're looking at the academics. Can they write their name? Do they know their colors? Are they able to identify shapes and numbers? Are they using uppercase and lowercase? And then do they know about books? Do they understand, the front, the cover, the spine? And are they able to count 1 to 1? So they're able to pick up one thing and count 1, and then another one that's 2. So those are things that we're looking at to make sure that they're ready and prepared for kindergarten. But not just the academics, and we know it's important, but also equally important is for us to look at those social skills and the self-discipline and being able to self-monitor. So we are looking at, whether students enjoy music, if stories they listen and understand the stories, are they able to sit during group time and pay attention? Are they able to be separated from adults, their caregiver? Do they accept adult authority? Can they play well with others? So those are things that we know, those are skills that students need to be successful in kindergarten. So those are really important, and we do measure those pre and post to look at the growth over time. And so, we're hopeful that when we come back after this summer, we'll be able to share that data with you, and not just this year's data, but the previous year's data, so that you can see that trend that we are growing children. Our long-term goal is that Rising Stars is going to be on every campus, and it's going to be that early kindergarten intervention, right? Ideally, we would have every student who needs to come, who has either not been in school or they're just not quite ready, that we were able to give them a launch pad so that they're successful in kindergarten. And then our short-term goal is to encourage kindergarten registration. Right now, one of the things that we continue to work on, how do we get our parents and our community members to understand how important it is to register early. When we register early, we can offer programs that students can come during the summer and participate in programs such as these to make sure our students are ready. So we can increase enrollment in our Rising Stars program. And then lastly, what we want to do is make sure that we are adding different sites. So now we're up to 4 sites. We, ideally want to see this at every school in the district so that every student might take part of this. So at this point, I'm going to stop and allow our sponsors to share a word.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsler. There's not much for me to add. I think Amanda, Dr. Lyons, and Dr. Ramsler have given you the overview. But I'm going to make up some stuff if necessary. And my wife, back over here in Thompson and back, we're looking for a number of years for something that can make a difference for children. And having come from Polk County, this is kind of where we landed it. We did a lot of work trying to figure out if there's something in the county that we might support, expand, improve upon. And we did support a couple of things that seemingly made a difference. But this program was introduced to us by someone else. And we went to Caldwell County, where it's now run for about 10 years. And very successfully, I would say. So we took advantage of what Caldwell County has been doing. And I almost hate to talk about the statistical side because, as Dr. Ramsler said, in the fall we'll give you a full report on that. But I'll give you a punchline number that we shared with Dr. Register recently. In the first year of the program here, we enjoyed 30 to 35% improvement. That was both on the academic side and the social side. And one of the things that I have observed from this is not just about numbers, it's not just about academics. I think it's in large part about confidence building. What we see in these children is a remarkable difference. The program runs over a 4-week period. It's really a 3-week program prior to school. And Caldwell County has experienced those children who participate in the program performing on par with their cohorts through the third grade and beyond. And you well know better than I do the importance of third grade, what do we call it? Grade level performance, not registered grade level performance. So I'm not saying that everybody's grade level, I'm saying that they're doing as well as the ones that were not in the program. Another important point is the program, and this was implied, but to make it clear, the intent is to identify those children who are going to benefit the most. So we're basically looking for the bottom quartile in terms of preparation of those children to be able to excel as they go forward in life. And if they do achieve the third grade results, as we all know, their life will be better. They'll make more money, they'll stay out of jail, there are a lot of other indicators that life will be better. So we thank you, the board, we thank the district, we thank Dr. Register for supporting the program. Our dream is to expand it as we've talked about tonight, and hopefully that will happen. And now you're going to see the best part of the program, a video.
Okay, so the video did
While we're waiting on the video, Catherine and I had the opportunity to meet, Ms. Ann and, her husband, a couple of months ago. And what we found interesting is that the amount of students that they had, and, we was asking about transportation. And I think they said about 300 students that were being transported by their families.
In Caldwell County, they have about 300 participating, that's correct.
Yeah, and I thought that was amazing because, you know, we have a hard time here, with our students, with transportation. And to find out that they had 300 students going to this program and no transportation provided by the school, I thought that was very, very, amazing. And that showed that these, the parents wanted this program and, for their students. And, the other thing is that the length of time that they have been, in service, or sponsoring this program, I thought that was a great idea as well, because, you know, so many times we have started programs here in Polk County that was supposedly for the students and it failed and it didn't last. And, I'm hoping that this will last as long as, they're saying that it's lasting in Caldwell County, because I believe that we care about our students as much as Caldwell County. So we're hoping that this program get a better start this summer with more children participating. And I did share with Dr. Rongsure that whatever she needed as far as getting the information out, that I would be more than happy to help her with that, because I think it's a great opportunity for our children.
Thank you for your patience. Technology is not going to be kind to us today, it looks like. I apologize, I'm not sure what's going on. Wait, let's give it one more time, maybe. No.
We'll save it for next time.
We'll make sure we play it next time.
Are there any questions that we might respond to?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the month-to-date financial report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So what we have this afternoon is the month-to-date financial report through the month of April. And this is as of April 30th, 2023. And as you can see, it's real small. It's hard to read. But we will start with our state budget, which is our first on page 2 of the document. Our current budget for state funds is $73,041,773.06. In the month of April, we spent $5,921,277.06. Year to date, we have spent $911,852.20, with remaining state funds of $16,129,928.06. And the objective of state funds is to use all these before June 30th. It has to be expended or anything remaining goes back to the state. On page 3, we have our local funds. Our current budget for local is $6,287,204.50. In the month of April, we spent $588,868.53. Year to date, we spent $5,459,215.26, with a remaining balance of $827,988.24. And our objective there is to use all of our state, local, but not to go into our fund balance. Next, on
Madam
page.
Chair.
Yes, sir.
PRC 836 charter school local allocation. How many students are those?
637.
Students?
Yes. We have 11 charter schools.
Yes.
Our largest being Alpha Academy, right there at the Fayetteville corridor. We don't have any charters in Hood County. They're all either in, we have some in Cumberland, Moore, Robinson, Columbus, yeah. I'm trying to think where the others are. I know we have 2 more, 2, 3 more.
And if you can remind me, PRC 870, I think that's what it is. Board of Education.
Correct.
What does this entail?
That's the board stipends, that's the legal fees, any workshops the board goes to, travel, memberships, insurances, different insurances that the board has to have. All of that's under the board expenses.
As well as our Echo apartment, Echo Ridge.
Our advertising for the Echo Ridge apartments.
Are you talking about the teacher
Yes.
department
Yes.
program?
Okay. So next on page 5, we have our federal grants. Our year's total budget is $26,267,613.08. In the month of April, we spent $1,246,163.77. Year to date, we spent $13,028,263.56 with a remaining budget of $13,239,409.52. And with our federal budgets, we have one budget, one PRC, which is 17 that will not expire, but end on June 30th, and we'll get a new allocation for the next school year. The majority of our federal funds roll over into the next fiscal year as carryover. So some of the funds, if they don't expend them all, can be used next school year, with some having a liquidation date of September 30th, 2023. Any questions about our federal? So next we have our capital budget. It's $80,219,000. Of this $80 million, $79 million of it is for the high school project that will be built here on this campus. We spent year-to-date, this, in the month of April, we spent 5,600. Year-to-date, we spent 3,092,209, and if you notice, 2 million has been spent on the high school project, and then 969,000 on our regular capital outlay projects. With the remaining, budget of 77,249,000 of that 77 million is what we had in our regular capital outlay left that, the commissioners are going to use towards the Rockfish sewer line out in the Rockfish area. And 76 million is left in the project for the high school. Any questions about our capital outlay? Next, we have child nutrition. Our budget is $6,200,000. In the month of April, we spent $286,677. Year-to-date, we spent $4,421,554.81, with a remaining budget of $1,778,455.19. Next, on page 8, we have our after-school care program. Our budget is $300,000. In the month of April, we spent $18,677.21. Year-to-date, we spent $138,094.86, with a remaining of $161,015.14. Then on page 10, this is our other special revenue, which composes of various grants we receive, any miscellaneous income we have coming in, and then indirect costs, which makes up this special revenue fund. So our budget is $10,575,707.71. In the month of April, we spent $565,157. Year-to-date, we spent $4,493,234.98, with a remaining budget of $6,082,472.73. And of this $6 million, we have 3 grants that actually will have a life of 5, well, one will have a life of 5 years, one will expire in May of this year, and then another grant that has a remaining 3-year life. Any questions about our Fund 8?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
PRC 310, Indian Education Act.
Yes,
How is this money allocated?
it's allocated to the schools that have the highest, Indian population, students that are recognized by 506 forms, with those highest numbers there. And then funds are allocated for tutoring at those specific schools.
Have we lost money on that?
I know next year, the funding will go down about $10,000 because we've received our allocation projection for next school year for 23-24. So it's gone down about $10,000 for next school year. The $167,000 is about what we received the previous school year, so it's been consistent about the $167,000.
How do those that qualify, how do they participate in this?
I'm sorry.
People that qualify for this, how do they participate?
Through tutoring, the students that qualify,
Yes.
tutoring is offered at the school, those schools. We offer tutoring at the high school during the summer, Sandy Grove Elementary, Hawkeye Elementary, Sandy Grove Middle, West Hook Middle, and West Hook Elementary.
Okay, is there a parent involved in this?
Then we have a parent committee, yes.
Okay, so we're getting out the word on this?
Yes,
Okay.
The parent committee meets, every 3 months.
Okay, where do they meet at?
Normally our meetings are at Turlington, on Monday night, the first Monday of.
Yeah, that's somewhere around there. But it's generally upstairs, Turlington in the professional building.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let me add, that's a good question, Mr. Castellon, because it's so important. On paper, they may be, Native Americans, right, in our power school system. If children do not have a 506 form, they do not count in terms of our
head count.
Head count for the federal government. So they must be linked to, the tribal council or, an organization in terms of being Native American. So that is critical that we go out and ensure that we have them to fill out 506 forms and be members.
So is there a type of campaign that goes on to make sure that this happens?
The 506 forms, we do send home those forms to our students throughout the school year, especially whenever we receive new enrollments. The plan for the upcoming school year is to do a mass send out, I guess I should say, for a form to all students who are enrolled regardless of what the race is. Hopefully that we can get those numbers up by whatever ethnicity they identify.
So bottom line, less participation, less funds?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we are putting forth a great effort. We have a coordinator who also will go out into the community, go to the tribal council. We said the upcoming council, I will attend myself to make sure that I stress that. We go out to in the communities. So we are making an effort for the 506 forms.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
One day, PRC 701, the after school daycare,
Yes.
I see the remaining budget is 53.57. What happens? If we don't use that money, do it roll over, or do we usually break even? What's gonna happen in the
The 70, the after-school care program, the way it actually works is, these are employees that work in our after-school care programs at the individual elementary schools. So those employees, we pay them, then the school actually pays us for paying those employees. You have to budget a number, so really it's not money remaining there to go anywhere or to, so really whatever we end up taking in at the end of the school year is actually what we pay out. We have to put a budget in there where, when the auditors come to do, reconciliation, that would look at this, if we didn't have anything budgeted, then you would have a budget violation. So, that's really an average, a number to be there to cover that.
So you're correct, we're gonna do break
Yes,
even.
break even.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you.
One, I do have a question. I thought, I didn't know you was finished.
Okay.
Okay, I guess it's page, 7. Cause it was cut off on mine, so I was trying to count that. So, well, the child nutrition, would that, money roll over?
Child nutrition is an enterprise fund, so the way theirs works is, whatever they earn, they'll get revenue from the USDA. So at the end of the year, their budget, their revenue has to be more than their expenses. Because their goal at the end of the year is to have at least 3 months of operating expenses. And similar to the child, after school, the budget is there, so we won't have a budget violation. So at the end of the year, that 1.7 million, they really don't have that because the state doesn't send us any money for child nutrition. They're strictly USDA and any grants that they might receive.
Okay, and then, I was gonna ask about, I have to ask about page 8. Okay, you were saying that it's, page 10, I think. You was talking about the 3 grants, one ending in this May, right here?
Yes.
Okay. What do you know which grant that is?
On page 9, if you see the Dodeo grant, it's about the 5th one down.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay.
That grant will end May 30th. And we have until September to expend all those funds from that grant. We have to request everything by May 30th and have everything expended by September 30th. So the goal is by June 30th, all that will be gone.
Yes, ma'am.
The second one that we were talking about of the 3, the one right below it, the Dodeo grant, exploration of engineering. It's $1,404,000. If I'm correct, that grant will end in 2026. And I'm looking for Dr. Ramsey to shake her head yes, because So those funds will roll over, whatever's left, we'll start the next school year with that. Then the third grant is the Deo Fresh Reads. That one we just started this year, so that one will not end until 2027. So whatever they don't spend in that grant, we'll start the new year with those funds.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And again, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Next on the agenda is the summer information.
So for our summer information, just wanted to share with you, there's a lot going on in Hope County Schools over the summer. And just want to share with you some of the programs that are going on. So what we've done is created a document that has all of the different programs, and some of the programs are on site, but they may be off site, but they are for our Hope County Schools students. We have the summer feeding site, so every summer we do have locations that are set up throughout the district where families can go who have school-aged children and go and eat breakfast and lunch, so that's provided. We've been doing that for a number of years. So those sites are East Hope Middle and Hope County High School, the McDonald cafeteria. We also have our summer reading camps that we are required by state legislation to do every year. That is a grades 2 and 3. That will be held at Sandy Grove Elementary School this year. We also, at the same time, will be doing a math and science camp for grades 3 through 5. That will be held also at Sandy Grove Elementary School, so it will be a full house at Sandy Grove. Our STEM summer camp, which is for our it's our rising 4th through 8th grade students. That is going to be held at Sandy Grove Middle School. Also at Sandy Grove Middle School, they'll just have their middle school summer school, and that each middle school will have a summer school for those students during the month of June. And so those students will have an opportunity to work on some of those areas that perhaps maybe they weren't quite proficient on during the school year and launch them into success for the next school year. As well, at the high school, we have our Career Accelerator summer program that will be going on. Again, that is in the month of June. So all of this that you've seen thus far is in the month of June. And we try to finish our summer camps before the holidays so that people can go on vacation and things of that nature. So all of our summer camps will be ending, for the most part, by the end of June, which I think is June 28th is the last day for all of those summer camps. Or June 29th, I'm sorry. Our migrant camp will also be taking place, and those are specifically for our students, is K-12 for those who have been identified migrant. They will be doing some field trips and things of that nature, and that's going to be held at Don Steve this year. We also have our high school summer school, again, that will be held during the month of June. And then our Rising Stars camp that we talked about earlier, that's actually in the month of July, it's closer to the school year again. The idea is that we're getting those students ready for kindergarten and to be able to go through the daily activity of being at school. And then, so we have our all sports camp, that is actually going to be held in July, and that's a week-long camp. Then we have our Youth Academy, Hope County Sheriff's Office camp, and it's a great camp. Those are also held in July and August, so there are opportunities which are usually well attended by our students that will be held here at the high school. And then we also have the percussion and auxiliary camp for band camp. They start in late July, and then band camp takes over and runs from July through part of August. And Sandpoke Early College has their bridge program. That's in August, preparing those students to move into Sandhope Early College. And then of course we have our middle school transition program, which is preparing our students who are in the elementary school to go to middle school. And then we have our high school summer transition program. Again, we're all about making sure our babies are ready for the next stage. And that's happening as well in August. The CDC also has a program. Again, these are not actually on Hope County's campus, but we are either providing nutrition for them or they are supporting our community, so we make sure that we add them there. And then after the CDC, we also have a JAM summer enrichment camp, which is by Lewis Chapel Baptist Church. And then we have the 21st Century summer camp, summer day camp that they do. And then of course, JROTC has a cadet leadership camp that they do. It's actually not here. They do that in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and that's a week-long camp. So a lot going on for our boys and girls. And so what we've done is taken all of this information and put it into a calendar for you so that you can see at any point in time all the things that are going on in Hope County. And if you don't mind pulling up that calendar. Right, so we've just taken that and we put all of the information there and just all of the camps. And I know there's a lot on there, but just at any given day, you can see what's going on in the county and how all of those camps are there, when it starts, when it ends, and just what's going on, so that you can kind of look across that calendar. And then the next one. So also on that calendar, we've got our summer work hours, and I'll just go ahead and explain that. So we've got our district work hours. Typically in the summer, we have a revised work day. So we're working beginning the week of June 26th. We start from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday with Fridays off. That's just for the week beginning the last week in June through the month of July. We start coming back in August on our regular schedule. So during that time, the district offices will be closed on those Fridays off, and people will work a longer work day so that we're still having our same amount of hours. We just have a little bit of summer Friday freedom. Any questions about any of the calendars?
Thank you.
Good job. Appreciate that. That's great. So we're gonna be going into our closed session. I'm gonna ask Vice Chair to read the closed session motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to go into closed session for the following reasons: to consider confidential personnel information protected under the North Carolina General Statute 143 through 318, 11A and 1, A3, to consider the initial matters related to the initial employment of individual employees pursuant to the North Carolina General Statute 143 through 18, 11A, 6, and to consult with the Board of Education attorney and preserve the attorney-client privilege as provided in the North Carolina General Statute 143, 11, 18A and 3.
The motion on the floor going to our closed session. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now in our closed session. We're gonna take about a 10-minute break.